have to rely on experts like estate valuers and surveyors to be able to give you that type of thing. If there is a case that is ongoing, there's an issue that is ongoing, and they are saying, oh, you are trying to determine the liability of the company. You are not a lawyer. So you might have to rely on a lawyer to say, look, how far is this case going? What is our exposure? And so that you can bring it in. So you have to have professional competence, know what you are doing, but don't do what you are not trained to do. And then you have to be diligent in your work. That means you have to do the job the way it's supposed to be done. No. Yeah, you are not supposed to go outside of your brief. And accounting has different aspects. You have, accounting. You have taxation. You have advisory services. So if you have been asked to go and do an audit, you concentrate your effort in doing your audit. You don't go and dabble into the taxation aspect of that, So, and of course, as a professional, you have to have professional behavior. There are standards. You have to carry yourself as a professional, because that's what anybody that sees outside will place reliance on to say this man is an expert. You can't go there and begin to run down by your behavior, and they say, oh, I thought this man said he's a chartered accountant, and look at how he's behaving in public, So all of this type of thing bring trust, bring confidence in people that want to deal with you. Accountability is another aspect. You have to be accountable in whatever you are doing. And being accountable means that, in fact, we say you have to have accuracy and integrity. This is our motto in ICANN. You must be correct. So if you say 2 plus 2 is equal to 4, you must be sure that is 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. You have to be accountable and responsible. All of these things. Independence is another aspect. You have to be independent, especially when you are doing carrying out an audit. And that means you have to move yourself away from the inside. So you don't allow internal influence or external influence to, make... And your independence is not just to be seen. I mean, it's not that
shaped us through several sectors. Yes, so these distinctive habitual characters of integrity, objectivity, professional competence, independence, and all of. So now you have been able to use these ingredients of success to not just crisscross different sectors.
Yes.
You have now transitioned into consulting, offering management and accounting solutions before you now join the prestigious Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria as registrar.
Yes.
Wow.
We moved from directorship to registrar.
Yeah, that's significant. Yeah, that's significant. We're not accountants, but then we know that ICANN is really a prestigious institution. So you rose to the rank of registrar.
Yes.
And then being part of the team or leading the process that churned up innovations such as on-screen marking.
Yes.
Tell us something about that. Our viewers at home would like to draw some values and virtues.
Well, your experience builds up as you go along. You have your basic training, which is more of academic, and then you have your practical training also, which makes you have a hands-on. And then after that, you now begin to build on your experience. And as you go along different organizations or different institutions, you begin to garner more experience. Like me, I did work in 2 practicing firms. So that gave me a wide scope. And even in that, you had different clients. So it even gives you wider experience. And then I went to Texaco, I went to the banking sector, I went to Commerce Bank, I went to Magna Trust Bank. With all of those experiences, we were able to build accounting system for them. So when I now came into ICANN, I also had the privilege of working in different departments as director. I was director in the faculties. I was the director in the membership affairs. And in those places, we had responsibility for addressing members' needs and issues, and also training. We had the continuing training programs for our members. We also provided support for practicing firms. So all of this gave me more experience and ideas of what is happening. And then we now transitioned from that to the examination department. In ICANN, we had two types of examination. We have the professional examination, and we have the accounting technician, which is a lower grade for them. But I was the director, so I superintended over both. And in the process, it was more of manual and physical processes that we had then. We had to bring people from all over the country to a point where they would be able to set the questions. And then after that, we have to bring some other people to review the questions they have set and put them in what we call our bank. And then when the time for examination comes, only about 2 or 3 people are able to access the bank and bring out and select the questions that will be set. Examination is a very very critical aspect of ICANN. Nobody jokes with it. So you don't have any leakage, because just about 2 or 3 people get to see the thing before it is administered to the students to write. And after that, we still bring in thousands of people to come and grade and mark the scripts physically. And so facility-wise, it was a big strain, because there's no hotel that can give us 1,000 rooms, as a goal. So you have to break them down, and this takes us weeks to be able to do all of this. So with all those challenges and the accountant in us, we now transition to on-screen marking, whereby we have to set our questions, offline. You submit them to us in soft copies, we process them, and we administer the examination physically. But when we are going to grade the script, we no longer bring these people to a central place. They sit in the comfort of their homes, and these scripts are transmitted to them through the cloud. They mark the scripts, and then it just becomes so easy, because human errors are
minimal, eliminated.
Almost 100% eliminated.
What a transformative innovation. On this note, we have to go on a commercial break. When we return, we will be getting strategies from our guests on how boarding professionals can rise from the scratch to the summit of their careers. Stay tuned.
My name is Roma Daniels. This is Achievement Channel. Please keep watching Achievement Channel, the first and only motivational channel in the country. Thanks, man.
My name is Mrs. Imelda Ahunosuji. You can call me Madam Modesty. Please keep watching Achievement Channel.
At the School of Eloquence, our primary focus is on the art of public speaking, because it's a major problem. And public speaking, we must understand, is the raw art of speaker to audience oral communication.
I got a lot more than I actually expected. I have overcome the fears I used to have.
The more you speak, the better you are with speaking. School of Eloquence is the place you can be, and there's a turnaround. That change you are expecting, you get it there.
Welcome back. So a lot of our viewers are boarding professionals who are looking to move to maximize their potentials, if you like. So what are the defining strategies that you can share that some of them can adopt on their way up?
Okay. Well, if you take accounting, for instance, there are different stages. They are what we call the bookkeeping stage, where you write the books and prepare the accounts to a certain point. But that is not, that's what people think accountants do really. But beyond that, when you say you are an accountant, you go beyond that. And you have to transition from just writing books and keeping books to one of, say, a problem solver. All right. So for you to be a problem solver, it means you've built enough experience to be to enable you look at some issues, analyze them, find out the root causes if there are some challenges are there, and not just that, you also have to provide solution. So you are not going to be looking at just figures and accounting issues. You are going to be looking at more of the business concepts and what is presented before you, and that is where you have to upskill your skills. One of the ways to upskill your skills is that you have to improve your business knowledge. Now, business knowledge is wide. For instance, you might be dealing with a production person who is just a technical person in terms of production. You are an accountant, you are not a production person. But the figures that come from there, you are able to analyze and say, this is the impact of your activity from production to the whole organization. And the marketing man is there and saying, oh, I have to do this, I have to do advertising, I have to do PR, or I have to go around. But at the end of the day, the figures that he's bringing in tell the story and shows the impact on the organization. So you can explain to that sales and marketing executive that this is the impact that your actions will have on the organization. So you have to upscale your business knowledge for you to be able to interact with people inside and outside. And of course, your end products are being used by people outside, like investors and regulators. They also have to be able to, you have to understand their needs for you to be able to do that. You also have to sharpen your skills. In this age and time, you need a lot of analytical skills. For you, like I said, when a situation is presented before you, you have to have an analytical mind to say, what is this? And then you begin to, analyze it, and then you begin to find out whether there are issues and the effects of all of these issues, and then so you have to upscale your skills. You have to master modern tools because there are a lot of tools that can enable you, look at figures. Some figures are in millions, depending on the type of organization you have. If these are big organizations, their database might be, in millions. For you take a bank like First Bank, their shareholders might be in millions, their customers are in millions, the transactions that transact every day are in millions, and so you cannot do that by just taking their books and looking at it. So you have to have analytical tools that can enable you sift into and query this and bring out some issues that you want to address. Okay, and of course, again, you also have to be able to use a kind of what if situation analysis. You have an organization, they want to buy a plant, you want to know whether is it better we lease this plant, is it better for us to buy this plant, is it better for us to make this plant if we have the capability, and so on and so forth. What are the effects of this on this organization? So you have to have all these skills and you have to continuously improve in them.
It is evident from your story and that success is contagious. And here on Achievement Channel, we indeed believe that success is contagious because the secret of great men are in their stories.
Yes.
Now, as CEO of IE Consulting and then senior partner at Irabor Egudayi, you have been rendering solutions to organizations, to big corporates. How can our viewers who are watching right now, what value can people derive from deploying accumulated knowledge in the later part of one's career to continue to add value to both oneself and society?
Well, as you grow more into your profession, you get older, you have more, you have more experience, a repertoire of experiences to share. And so a way of, I would say, giving back or even keeping yourself improved, is by mentoring. You could become a mentor to the younger ones. So when you have people who are working, as you grew up, maybe from an officer, you are now a director, you have a lot of managers under you. Now, the way they'll see a problem is different from the way you see it because of your experience. So you begin to mentor them, you begin to teach them, or how to do these things. Another way of doing that is you become more of an advisor to organizations, even to chief executives and people at certain levels, because they rely on, they assume or they know that you have this knowledge, historical knowledge, a repertoire of experience. So when there are issues, they can come to you and you begin to give them some of these advice, and sometimes you are now appointed to boards of organizations. And when you are appointed to board of organizations, you're appointed because of your knowledge and skills and experience to bring to bear in helping the organization. You are not in full management, but you can see what the management is doing when they prepare their report, maybe on a monthly basis, and you have board meetings. So when issues come up, you might have come across such issues and you bring to bear your experience in those areas to be able to help the management or whoever to make that decisions. Also, you can also begin to put down your thoughts either by writing, writing books, writing articles. You could also be engaged in speaking. And like what I'm doing right now, and speaking to people, and potentially some young people will listen and then see how they can grow. Some experienced people will see and they begin to take. So these are some of the ways from which you can really give back and help others to be able to achieve and also sustain yourself.
Sustainability.
Because the more you share,
sustainability is key. So you say, while we are at the Achievement Channel here, while we're interrogating your story, your background, because we indeed actually interrogate the stories of our guests.
Yes.
I noticed that you have been engaging in continuous learning by, I see your participation in various international institutes.
Yes.
Even though you're a veteran, what came to my mind is there must be a secret behind these going for continuous learning program and various international organizations. So what is the secret? What can we take home from that?
Continuous learning is invaluable. It's not negotiable if you want to remain at the cutting edge. And actually, in the accounting profession worldwide, continuous learning is a mandatory criteria for you to continue to maintain your membership. So if, as a member of ICANN, and I want to retain my membership and say I'm a chartered accountant, I must attend some courses or training programs. And I think the minimum now is 40 credit hours every year.
Wow.
So broken down into structured trainings and unstructured. When you say structured, it could be that you are going to learn a particular, maybe there's a new standard that has come out and they are going to, span 2-3 days. It could be unstructured, like we have an annual dinner.
Okay.
But even in these dinners, somebody will still give a speech and things like that.
Come up.
The good thing about learning, continuous learning, is becoming easier. In those days, like you said, we have to travel far and wide to be able to access this training. Because as the world became a global village, you found that you have to deal with international people, and you still have to. So you have to understand what they are doing by interacting and going over there. But good thing now with technology and all that, you have various training that can be done online, online training. So you have a repertoire of avenues from which you can get your training done. So it's not negotiable. It's very critical to maintain your membership. And anybody that does not do it, I'll tell you, one, because of technological advancement, you'll find a technology that comes out today that enables you to do your job, and by tomorrow, it's no longer relevant. There was a time we were using just calculators, and even those calculators had limits. I remember when I was training, the first time we started seeing billion, the calculator could not take billion because there was the transactions there. The biggest transaction, I think, at Jakarta Steel Company was like 5 billion naira.
And then your calculator went off.
So the calculator, so we would do the millions and then add it to the billion, which is. But now, even your phone, you can do trillions of transactions. So you see, the technology advances. So we moved from all of that. We went into computers, then laptops, and then desktops. Now we can even use phones and so on. So you have to continuously learn because technological advancement. There are new regulations that come out. For instance, now we are talking about tax reforms. And it's going to cut across. So whatever you knew about tax before, there is a new one. And these tax reforms come out every year with the Finance Act and the laws that are coming on. So you have to know that, not only know that, but you have to continuously. Regulators come out with even standards, international standards also play a key role in doing our jobs. And so you have to be able to be at the cutting edge of these ones. And also, your skills that you require does not last long anymore. Even if you are an employee, you can't say, oh, I went to school and I studied accounting and I'm a chartered accountant and now I'm working here, so I don't need to upskill myself. Very soon you find that you cannot even do the job anymore because the expectations of even the employers and the owners of the business also change. Regulators change. So you can see that
dynamic age, and so you have to dynamize, otherwise you run out of business. So it's very clear that if you do not update your thoughts, you stand the risk of getting outdated.
Of course.
But there's the catchphrase you used. Continuous learning. Is invaluable. It's non-negotiable. I can assure you that we'll make that a vignette here on Achievement Channel. But then you have said a lot. So even your life story itself is a compilation of pieces of advice that one can use to navigate to the pinnacle of one's career. But even in strategies, in secrets, there are hierarchies. What is the most impactful piece you would like to leave our viewers with?
Well, the first thing I want to say to anybody is that you have to master your craft. You must master your craft, otherwise you cannot go anywhere. And how do you master your craft? You have to know it theoretically, practically, continuous learning. You must believe in yourself and don't let anyone define your success, your success goals. It is you that know what you want to do, but you have to determine how you want to achieve. You set that goal for yourself, and then you continuously train yourself. These are the basic things, key things that anybody who wants to be successful in his career will have to do to maintain that advantage.
Thank you very much. I must say it has been very impactful having our time with you, and our viewers at home must have appreciated this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sunday, and thank you for everything, and I'm so glad for achievement. I wish you well.
All right, thank you so much. This brings us to the close of another empowering episode of Career Success. Today we've had the privilege of drawing from the vast experience and insightful perspectives of John, whose journey exemplifies adaptability, leadership, and a continuous commitment to growth. We hope his story inspires you to approach your own career with strategic intent and a focus on making a meaningful impact. Let's keep this conversation going. Follow at Achievement Channel on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube for more career-enhancing content, expert interviews, and success stories. Use the hashtag We See Possibilities to share your career aspirations and connect with our community. Remember to stay driven, remain focused, and always see the possibilities on the Achievement Channel.
A new day dawns, full of possibilities. Take the first step towards your dreams. Empower your mind with positive thoughts. Achieve more. Make a difference in someone's life today. Impossibility is nothing.
We wear the khaki, but we carry more than just a bag. We carry dreams, grit, and a will to serve. This is Corpuscan, rising to serve, rising to lead.
Hello and welcome to Corpuscan, the show that inspires young Nigerians to make the most of their service here and beyond. I'm Ego Tifavor and you're watching the Achievement Channel, Nigeria's first and only 100% motivational TV station, broadcasting from the School of Eloquence Studios in Ikoyi, Lagos. Today's topic is service and self-discovery, finding who you are while helping others. Sometimes, NYSC doesn't just show you what you studied, it shows you who you truly are. Through service, we discover hidden gifts, build empathy, and learn that leadership is influence, not position. Joining me are two amazing young Nigerians whose journey reflects that truth. Abigail Imafidon is a passionate storyteller and creative communicator with a degree in mass communication from Redeemers University, where she majored in broadcasting. She's currently serving at the School of Eloquence, refining her public speaking and media presentation skills, and she's passionate about using filmmaking to create stories that inspire and educate. Asimoye Kelly is a digital communication professional skilled in public relations, social media management, and creative design with tools like Canva and WordPress. He is passionate about helping people and brands leverage digital platforms to earn and express their ideas creatively. Today's discussions highlights are how volunteering reveals hidden talents, building empathy and people skills through service, and redefining leadership as influence, not position.
This is Corpuscan, rising to serve, rising to lead.
Good morning, Kelly and Abigail.
Hi, Favor.
Welcome to the studio today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you very much. So today, our topic is service and self-discovery. So the first question today is, how do young people serving in Nigeria discover talents and strengths that they didn't even know that they have?
First off is by volunteering at first. Like NRS is all about volunteering. When you volunteer, it's not a punishment for you. You're kind of like bringing different sides of you that you didn't know you had before. Yeah. Maybe in school you're just one-sided. I will just focus on my course and everything. But when you volunteer, you're bringing out yourself from out of your like comfort zone. So you're doing things that you never thought of doing before. So yeah.
So, Ms. Abigail, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, to add to what you just said, it said volunteering, Abi. So I feel like you should always want to volunteer. You should not see it as a punishment for you. You should choose to volunteer either by teaching or just like giving a presentation or anything. I'm going to use myself as an example. Before I came to my PPA for my PPA, when I saw that I was posted here and I checked online and I saw what my PPA is all about, I was like, public speaking. I was talking to my friend. I was telling my friend, me, I'm not really good at public speaking. That although I did mass communication, I majored in broadcasting. Okay. Aside broadcasting, I not do any other thing. Yeah. So I was like, public speaking is not my forte, or I'm not sure I'm going to do good here. My friend was like, just go. Maybe that's why you even posted there, so you can work on your public speaking skill. And I can say since I've been here, it's been going really, really well. And working here, like my NYSC in general, has pushed me to do things I would generally not do. So I feel like putting yourself out there and be able to also volunteer and help you discover your talents and all.
That's a very great input. And what I can get from what both of you said now is just about yourself. If you have the right attitude towards what or where you are being posted to, you will discover. Don't be scared or don't be shy. Don't shy away from where you are being posted to. You never can tell if where you are being posted to is where you actually where you're actually supposed to be. Yes, you don't know if you are going to be strong in whatever field that you are given. So that's a very good input. So the second question this morning is, in what ways does serving others build empathy?
Okay. Yes. So to answer that, it's kind of like humbles you when you get to like work with people from different zones, like different beliefs, different backgrounds and stuff. So the empathy comes in when you have like this feeling to help them, to like also like teamwork too as well. Okay. Then also like patience, when you have to take things, like it's not something you rush, something you take slowly. Yes. That's when your patience kind of like builds up too. Then people skills, this is when you're like navigating different cultural backgrounds and stuff. You're working with people that are not from your geopolitical zone and stuff. It's kind of like bringing out those skills of communication to them. So yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, so when you first of all like get into a new organization, you will not like expect everybody to like be like you or think like you. So you should be able to want to learn from others, not also learning. You should also be able to like bring yourself down to the other, because I guarantee you people will annoy you because everybody's not like you. So you'll be able to like work with people despite their differences, despite them not thinking, like you'll be able to like work together in an environment. I think that can also like build empathy, and we should also learn to not like discriminate, be it religion, be it your tribal differences. You should just be able to like want to like come together and work. I think that's
also very nice. I'm going to add to what the both of you have said, and I'm going to come under the aspect of you being an employee. Okay. Yes, when you're an employee, you have somebody above you. Your boss is above you, and sometimes your bosses might do things to push you out of your comfort zone, or like make you work extra, or say things to you, or you know how bosses normally do. So what I just want to say is that it's shaping you. You understand, whether good or bad, it's actually shaping you. Any experience you have in a formal workplace is actually shaping you towards, because you're also going to learn from it. Maybe one day you're also going to become a boss. And you also have employees, right? And when you have employees, things you're supposed to tell them, things you're not supposed to tell them, because when it was your turn, when your bosses told you these things, you didn't like them, or you liked them, or it made you sit up. So when you're working in a formal environment, most of us who are serving, and it's the first time that we're actually working like in a formal place, so we don't really understand most of these things. But when we start working, we start seeing how things unfold in the corporate world, and it just teaches us more on how to treat people, whether your employees later on in life, or just anybody around you,
or your colleagues.
And you learn how to relate more with people. So that's just it. So thank you very much for that. Welcome. Right now we're going on a short break, and when we come back, we're going to continue our discussion. Please stay tuned.
This is Corporscan, rising to serve, rising to lead.
For 2 decades, the School of Eloquence has shaped voices, trained leaders, and built confidence in Nigerians across every walk of life. Now, as we celebrate 20 years, we are daring the impossible. A Guinness World Record attempt. 20 Days of Eloquence. a continuous speaking marathon. Voices united, carrying Nigeria's message of courage, clarity, and possibility to the world. We invite you to join us as a founding patron, as a partner, as a voice. Together, we will not just break a record, we will create a legacy. 20 years, 20 days, one school, one voice, one legacy, one nation. History will remember the voices that dared. Will yours be one of them?
This is Corpus Can, rising to serve, rising to lead.
Welcome back to Corpus Scan. Before we went on a break, we were discussing service and self-discovery. So Abigail and Kelly, thank you for staying with us. So the next question will be, how has NYSC changed your leadership, your idea of leadership, especially seeing leadership as influence and not position or title?
Okay, so during your NYSC year, not just in your PPA, in your local government too, there are some positions being given to some corpers. I think the CLO, that's your core liaison officer. For your CDS, we have different, we have the presidents, the PRO for different CDS. So I think that can also help in like shaping our beliefs, or because once you are given a position, that means you are in charge of other people. So you have to, because it's whatever step you take, that's what they are going to like follow. So you have to be responsible and all. Even in your PPA, they might give you a position where you have no idea of something you've not like done before. So that position itself should help you like it should help you push yourself to want to do better, to want to be a better person, because you have other people, let's say per se, you have other people like looking up to you, so you want to be responsible and all.
Okay, so before now, we also like leadership, we consider leadership as just being in charge, which is not true.
Yes.
People think that it's just like she said, like NYSC, I think it's just by wearing your CDS jacket and just backing others, but that's not true. You have to be influential. Right now, I hold the position of PRO for my medical, that's Public Relations Officer. So why was I picked? It wasn't because of just my words or just being there, but because of my actions actually, because I was able to influence people, I was able to inspire people to, through my right attitude and everything. That's why I was picked. So leadership is more like an influence, not just by holding titles. It's more like, drop your ego, man. It's leadership. You're trying to lead people, you're inspiring people. So it's more like your impact, not your attention, not the attention that people like you give people, like getting noticed and stuff. So,
yes, thank you very much. Most people have this mindset that a leader is someone who is supposed to be, above every other person. It's only him or her that has a say over every other person. But that's not true. That's not the actual meaning of being a leader. Is because you are serving people. When you're a leader, you're serving. You're not just their boss and just staying on top. So that's what people have to learn and just unlearn. That leadership is not about titles or being bougie, all those kind of things. That's not what leadership is. Or even in your PPA, I feel it's helping NYSC members, like young youth grow, because in your PPA, you might be in charge, your boss might put you in charge of a project or something. And you find out that even when you are trying to gather other people that are under you, you do more of the job. Yes, because you are the leader. And it's when you do them, they are seeing what you are doing and they are following you. You understand what? It's just like, let me use this ideology, just like an elder sister or an elder sibling in the family. Whatever the elder sibling does, that's what the younger ones see and they emulate and they follow. Imagine that you are the leader and then they put you in charge of something. And mostly the mindset will be, I'm the leader, let them just do it. Yes. And if you're just doing it like that, they might not know what to do. People that are under you, people that are following you, they might not know what to do. But when you start the pace, so that's just the idea of NYSC. They post you to different places, and then for you to learn how things actually is in the real world. So when you are on a project and then they put you in charge of something, you have to push yourself. You understand? It might not be, it's not easy. Being a leader is not easy, yes.
All, yes.
You have to definitely push yourself to, and most times, most people that we are trying to show an example, most people that are under us, people that are trying to lead, most of them might just, it's not everybody that even wants someone to lead them. You understand? So it's most times can be frustrating. So just being a leader is having, you know, patience. Yes, you should have patience, and you should also have the will to do. Yes, whatever that you're saying. So that's just, so the next question is, can service help a young person understand themselves better, their values, their passions, and the kind of future they want?
Yes, I think it can, in the aspect that this NYSCA, I think it was designed for like different people to, like different people that have different beliefs, to go to other people's states to like go like gather knowledge. So at first, let's say I'm an indigene of Edo State, and I'm being sent to, let's say I'm sent to Anambra. It's at first it might not be easy because it's somewhere I'm not familiar with. Let's also talk about maybe language barrier. Like there are different challenges that comes with this NYSCA, but